Hey everyone, it's Johnny, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel, and today it is a little bit gloomy and rainy outside, so I apparently decided to unconsciously match the weather in blue, which, you know, it's blue dabba dee dabba die. Anyways, today we have some exciting things that we're going to talk about. I just received my February Scent and Warmer of the Month kit, so we will be sniffing out the new fragrance together, checking out the warmer. I did get this warmer this time, so we will go through the kind of the specifics of it and take a look at it firsthand. Really quick, if you need Scentsy, I will leave my information in the description box below. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions or if you need to place any last minute orders, because our catalog will be turning over on February 1st. So if there's anything that's going to be discontinuing, I'll do a quick video on that will be released in the next day or so, just as kind of like a reminder of what will be leaving our catalog. But if you're looking at some of those fall winter scents, or you want to stock up or add them to your club, now is the time that you want to do that. All right, that being said, let's talk a little bit about our scent and warmer of the month for February. So if you are a consultant, you get to get access to the scent and warmer of the month. I'm going to say that 7 million times on this video, but you get access to it before the customers do, just so that you can kind of preview it, make samples, give feedback, display and demo the product, right? And in this kit, if you get the scent and warmer of the month kit, you get the warmer, obviously, the fragrance, and you'll get 3 bars regular size and a brick as well, which I have right here. We also get a room spray and a tester as well, and some scented stickers and some flyers. So let's dive right in and talk a little bit about our warmer, since that's the exciting first thing. Let me grab one of our handy dandy flyers. So this is called the Cast Pink Warmer with Spring Pack, Exhibit A. All right, so this warmer is described as follows. A sweet pink silhouette is the setting for the scene of your choice thanks to interchangeable warmer inserts. The spring pack includes 3 inserts, all featuring fresh, spring-inspired designs. Now, this is a 6.5-inch tall warmer, and it is a 20-watt warmer. So, depending on your warmer wattage preference, maybe this is one that you love, maybe it might be too low for you, but usually speaking, the warmers are designed in order to give the best throw and performance for the wax that you're melting in them. So, that being said, let's take a look at our warmer. So I already pulled it out of the box just because there's some parts to this, some assembly required. But let's talk a little bit about the warmer itself. So here's the warmer without any other accoutrement. So it is this kind of iridescent, almost like an opal, but in like a pinkish, sort of creamy white. So you have like the milky white part on the bottom, and it's more pinkish on the top. It's almost like an ombre gradient, if you will. And it does have that slight sort of like Aurora Borealis iridescent finish, but it's not quite as intense as, say, straight up rhinestones, which, you know, I have no problems with. But this is a little bit more of a subtle shimmer to it. All right, and this comes with your 20-watt bulb, which has disappeared, but I found it. And then it comes with your dish, if I can actually get this bulb in first. Don't know why I didn't put the bulb in. Anyways, comes with this lovely matching cast sort of pink dish. And as you can see, again, the top of the warmer is more pink and the bottom is more like that yellowish ombre cream color, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so let's light this up just as it is before we get all fancy with the other parts. Okay, so as you can see, it is a nice warm glow. Hopefully the camera is doing a really good job of not just blowing out the color on this. But you still do see the pinkish color, and then it goes down. It looks more whitish, like a warm white cream, rather than just like the weird milky yellow thing that's happening once it's lit. But even if you just wanted a very simple warmer, this would be a very pretty kind of muted glow without being overly bright because of the coloring and the finish. Okay, so here's where it gets fancy. This warmer comes with 3 of these interchangeable film sleeves, if you will. So we have 1, we have 2, and we have 3. I already assembled this. And so what you're gonna do is, if you look on the sides of these, there's some little cutouts, and then there's some little arrowed sleeves. So what you do is you take your sleeve and line those up and put them together, and then this will sit inside your warmer. And so the idea is that because of how it's cut out, the light will glow through the cutouts in these film pieces rather than just being that overall glow that we just saw. So I already have 1 set up. We'll go through all of them, but I wanted to appropriately and correctly assemble this just to kind of show you what it would look like when it's all lined up. And it will just kind of slide in to your warmer like that. So you won't see much about it when it's off, but when you turn it on, you get this beautiful silhouette form. And this one is the Love Grows Here, which I think is really pretty. I like that. I'm not a very big pink person in general. It's not like I have anything against pink. It's just doesn't do a whole lot for me in terms of color or pastels. But I really appreciated this kind of design and the film interchangeable idea. And I was like, I should do something for Valentine's/Singles Awareness Day this year. So this will probably be the one that I use through February. But if you don't want this one, a couple options. You could always just turn your warmer around to see the other side of it, so you don't see the quote if you like that particular film. Or you can choose one of the other 2. So let's put this one out of here. And let's grab our butterfly and flowers one. So I'm not gonna get all super fancy with attaching it because the first one took me a little bit of time to assemble because I'm a child and assembling things. It's been a while since I played with Legos, let's put it that way. So we're just gonna slide it in there and pretend it's assembled properly so you get the idea. And again, if you turn it on, this one has beautiful flowers with the butterfly sort of patterning going on here. And again, as you notice, the glow goes through where the cutouts are, and where it isn't, it's just kind of this opaque, sort of darker, pinky gray sort of effect, right? Okay, and then we have our 3rd one, which is dandelions. So let's say Valentine's is done. You can take one of these other ones out of there, or if you don't want like sentimental phrases on your warmers, you could put in this one as well as an option. And this one will work well through spring and probably even summer, honestly. And if you wanted to keep going with it, you could go with fall. Because, you know, dandelions go from being yellow to white, and then you make these little fuzzies and fly off. Anyways, so 3 different options, 3 different looks, technically 4 if you just use it without any of the films. And, you know, who knows? Maybe Scentsy will release additional films to put in different warmers or in this one. So, like, this came with a spring pack, so maybe they'll make a summer pack or a fall pack. So, very cool. Really nice little warmer. It is a 20 watt, so keep in mind you cannot use our 25 watt colored bulbs with this one. You might run the risk of an electrical fire if you do it. Just be aware that that's not what this bulb is, or this warmer is designed for in terms of wattage. So if you choose to do that, you're doing that at your own risk. I don't recommend it though. However, if you just want this as a display, you could use an LED bulb. You could use one of our 15 watt bulbs. They might not melt the wax as well, but you could change the look of this even more and customize it. So that is the warmer. I think it's pretty cool. I was a little bit on the fence when I first saw it. I was like, oh, a little pink warmer. I don't want that. And then I was kind of like, oh, that's really cool with the interchangeable films. You know, I don't really have a whole lot of Valentine's spring stuff, so now I do. I got something. All right. Let's move on, though, to the other part of this adventure, which is our scent of the month, which is red pear and pomegranate. That's almost an alliteration, but not quite. So this is described as sweet, tart notes of pomegranate and rhubarb are polished by crisp, energizing red pear. Now, I have before we get into the actual notes, I will say red pear smells a bit different than like a juicy green pear, that like the traditional pear, if you will. So just be aware of that. If you're like, I love green pear, you might not like red pear. And I remember the first couple waxes that I tried that had like notes of red pear, I was like, wait a minute, this isn't pear. This isn't what I expected it to be. So just be aware, it's a little bit of a different type of pear if you're not familiar with it. So let's go through our notes in here. We have the top notes being fresh orange, cherry, and peach nectar. The mid notes are red pear, pomegranate, and cranberry. So the name of the scent is mainly in the mid notes. And then the base notes are wild raspberry, rhubarb, and baked apple. All right, so this is obviously going to be a fruity fragrance. It's in our fruity fragrance category, but if you couldn't guess that by orange, cherry, peach, pomegranate, cranberry, pear, apple, raspberry, and rhubarb, I mean, that alone screams fruity. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what this smells like, because I haven't smelled it. So let's do a non-rubbed one first. I can already smell it. Whew, that's fruity. There's a tartness to this though, because of the So on first like waft, I get pomegranate, like a slight tartness from the pomegranate, but I definitely get pomegranate. And I definitely detect the peach note. Like, I can clock a peach scent from a mile away. Mainly because I'm not usually a big peach person. So when I smell it in there, I'm like, oh, there's peach in this, isn't there? But it's not an offensive peach. If that's the thing. All right, on the bottom, however, I get way more juicy. I don't know if I necessarily pick up pear, but I get like a juiciness, which I'm guessing is from like the apple and the raspberry. It's very fruity. You still pick up the tartness of the pomegranate. That's definitely there. I can kind of detect the orange citrusy vibe to it, although I don't necessarily know that I would go straight up and say it's orange in there. But you do get a citrus note. What else do we have in here? Cranberry. You know what? I would say that the mix between the pomegranate and the cranberry probably gives it that tartness, because cranberry tends to be a more tart berry in general. I don't think I distinctively pick out cranberry. I definitely smell the pomegranate note. But I think it adds that tartness level to it. I do get the juiciness. I would guess it's from like either the wild raspberry, like I said, maybe the pear, or possibly the apple, although they say it's baked apple as the base note. And I don't really get a baked note at all in this. Like, I would be more inclined to think it's more of like a mouth-watering juicy apple rather than a baked apple, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Anyways, it's a very good scent. I do like it. It might actually go in my club. I'm kind of picky with the fruity category and like citrus category in terms of ones that I like. I tend to be more of a woodsy fresh person, but this one, depending on how it warms and performs, I could see this potentially being club worthy for me. I have a feeling it's going to be pretty like wham pow in your face, just based on like all the fruit notes to this. It doesn't smell like it's going to be a super subtle scent. Now, that could be completely different when I warm it. I'll certainly let you know in one of my feedbacks once I get to it. But at least at first sniffs, I approve of the scent. So all I gotta say is Scentsy's been doing pretty well with their scents of the month in the past several months. Have been like, oh, wait, this has to go in my club. This has to go in my club. This has to go in my club. Stop that. Give me one that I'm not fond of so I don't have to put it in my club. I guess no one's forcing me to, but you know. Anyways, so I will let you know. I will warm it, get back to you in one of the feedback videos, and give you my opinions on it, but it gets the seal of approval, and I will say that I was pleasantly surprised with this warmer. Put it on one more time for you guys. I will say, you know, I was a little worried because it was like pink, and I was like, oh, please no. But it's really more of a muted pink. It's not like magenta or fuchsia or any sort of like bright Barbie pink. it's definitely more subtle, and you get a lot more of the yellow cast because especially with the light on. So that is our warmer and scent of the month. I hope this was informative and helpful. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing, and I will see you in our next video. Take care, guys. Bye.